Lesson number 1, September 24th to the 30th. Rebellion in a Perfect Universe. Memory text, Isaiah 14:12. How you have fallen from heaven, you star of the morning, son of the dawn. You have been cut down to the earth, you who defeated the nations. Many thinkers have tried to explain the origin of evil. Some suggest that evil always has existed because, in their view, good can be appreciated only in contrast to evil. Others believe that the world was created perfect, but somehow evil emerged. For example, in Greek mythology, evil started when the curious Pandora opened a sealed box, out of which flew all the evils of the world. This myth, however, does not explain the origin of the evils supposedly hidden in that box. By contrast, the Bible teaches that our loving God is all-powerful, First Book of Chronicles 29:10 and 11, and perfect, Matthew 5:48. All that he does must likewise be perfect, Deuteronomy 32:4, which includes how he created our world. How, then, could evil and sin appear in a perfect world? According to Genesis 3, the fall of Adam and Eve brought sin, evil, and death here. But that answer raises another issue. Even before the fall, evil already had existed, manifested by the serpent who deceived Eve, Genesis 3:1-5. Hence, we need to go back, even before the fall, in order to find the source and origins of the evil that so dominates our present existence and that, at times, can make it pretty miserable. From the book Mind, Character, and Personality, Volume 2, page 742, says, "We are dependent on the Bible for a knowledge of the early history of our worlds, of the creation of man and of his fall. Remove the Word of God, and what can we expect but to be left to fables and conjectures, and to that enfeebling of the intellect which is the sure result of entertaining error. We need the authentic history of the origin of the earth, of the fall of Lucifer, and of the introduction of sin into the world. Without the Bible, we should be bewildered by false theories. The mind would be subjected to the tyranny of superstition and falsehood. But having in our possession an authentic history of the beginning of the worlds, we need not hamper ourselves with human conjectures and unreliable theories." From the book Christ Object Lessons, page 72, it says, "Satan is a deceiver. When he sinned in heaven, even the loyal angels did not fully discern his character. This was why God did not at once destroy Satan. Had he done so, the holy angels would not have perceived the justice and love of God. A doubt of God's goodness would have been as evil seed that would yield the bitter fruit of sin and woe. Therefore, the author of evil was spared fully to develop his character. Through long ages, God has borne the anguish of beholding the work of evil. He has given the infinite gift of Calvary, rather than leave any to be deceived by the misrepresentations of the wicked one. For the tares could not be plucked up without danger of uprooting the precious grain. And shall not we not be as forbearing toward our fellow men, as the Lord of heaven and earth is toward Satan?" From the book Confrontation, page 29, it says, "As Satan had led man to sin, he had hope that God's abhorrence of sin would forever separate him from man and break the connecting link between heaven and earth. The opening heavens, in connection with the voice of God addressing his Son, was like a death knell to Satan. He feared that God was now to unite man more fully to himself and give power to overcome his devices. And for this purpose, Christ came from royal courts to the earth. Satan was well acquainted with the position of honor Christ had held in heaven as the Son of God, the beloved of the Father, and that he should leave heaven and come to this world as a man filled him with apprehension for his safety. He could not comprehend the mystery of this great sacrifice for the benefit of fallen man. The most costly treasures of the world, he knew, would not compare with its worth. As he had lost through his rebellion all riches and pure glories of heaven, he was determined to be revenged by causing as many as he could to undervalue heaven and to place their affections upon earthly treasures. Have a blessed Sabbath.